Get on the ground! Get on the ground! I don't care about it. Get on the ground! Put your hands up!
When kidnappers realize they've been caught, kidnappers are some of the worst kinds of criminals. They prey on the most vulnerable members of society and spread terror throughout entire communities. Luckily, many of them are caught before they make their escape into obscurity. Arrested from airport. We begin in Orlando, Florida on December 21st, 2021, when officers were called to the Orlando International Airport after a man suspected of kidnapping a young boy was spotted there. When the officers approached him at the JetBlue ticket counter, he was shocked to learn that he was being tracked by the police. Why was he shocked? Because he claimed the young boy in question was his son. Was it all a big misunderstanding? Let's find out.
At any point in time, did you grab her or anything like that?
All I did was grab her hand and just pull her trying to talk to her. I didn't. So she had to leave now. We went after her, and I just said, every time I'm on the way, you can come. I even said everything in front of me. I told her, okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
That's no shit. What am I being under arrest for?
That is not the story that we got from several witnesses and people at the time at the scene. Okay.
You ask her.
We did ask her. She put it in a statement. Something else. Okay.
Okay, so what am I being arrested for? Can I get one phone call first?
Who are you gonna call?
My grandma, her car. That's it. I just gotta let her
Who's
know.
in the car?
My cousin, but he doesn't know where she's at, so I just gotta call her.
Three things in there. You got shorts under here?
Yeah, there's nothing in there. I just got vapes and lighters.
I feel lighter.
So what am I being under arrest for? Okay. What's the charges?
He was in cuffs for several minutes and still claimed to have no idea what he was being arrested for. When the officers told him what the charges were, he was in disbelief and told his side of the story.
So who's gonna get the baby? Like, you can go and talk to her. That's literally what happened. We can go talk to her. My brother. So now nobody's gonna be able to get to the baby without. She won't. Can I use my phone for a call? I don't got nothing else. Okay, I know, but we still have to search. I understand. So, what are the charges being brought against me?
You're gonna have a charge of kidnapping,
Kidnapping?
false imprisonment, and battery domestic violence.
Why? Why kidnapping?
Forcefully removed her.
I didn't.
That's not what
The baby, I dropped her off to her mom this morning.
Are we getting a case car? Do we have a case car?
Wait, listen, I dropped the baby off to her at the morning and she got a ride from her brother to work. I was supposed to babysit my daughter. How the I'm supposed to babysit my daughter? She left me the baby while she went to work. I have messages of that. I have messages of that, sir. That's false. That's a false charge. I have messages that I'm supposed to watch my daughter. How are you going to arrest somebody for kidnapping their own fucking daughter? That's my daughter.
The issue is you went behind the counter to a place you're no longer employed.
Can you pick that up? That's my phone.
Hang on. You grabbed your, per Florida State statute, intimate domestic partner, okay, by the arm.
But it wasn't even like that.
Forcefully removing her from the property.
If you check the camera, it doesn't show me grabbing her, forcibly removing out the property.
There's no cameras on the system.
I literally went up to her, I told her that the baby got a car, she walked outside with me. And then when she walked outside with me, I grabbed her hand and pulled her to the bench with me. That was it.
That's why, listen.
Okay, so can I finish the rest of my details and my statement?
This is why.
You guys can still take me to jail. Can I please just finish? That's all I asked. And
I got everything on camera, okay? Everything you told me, all right?
I understand.
And her statement is completely different from what you're telling me.
And what is she saying? Because that's
I told you what she told me.
Is there any camera that can verify anything?
There's independent witnesses.
I'm saying, is there any cameras that can help me out? Because it's literally, I never forcefully dragged her out. It wasn't even like that.
So anyway.
What would you do if your daughter got in a car accident with you and your mom, your baby mama?
I'd have my daughter at the hospital.
My brother went with her, and I had to go get the mom. You know, the baby mama has no phone, and if she...
I would send a family member.
And my family member had no car to do so.
She's saying that she confirmed with a family member that your daughter was never in an accident.
She didn't. You can call my grandma.
Okay.
She didn't call the right family member because my grandma's car is the one who I was using.
Okay.
Can I use my phone just to call my grandma, please? That's it. Just to let her know about
When you get down there, they'll let you call whoever you need to call.
Okay, can I please have my property back in my pocket, please?
No.
His story fell on deaf ears as he was taken to jail. He was facing serious charges, but that didn't stop him from trying to convince the officers that they were making a mistake.
Yes, folks, and I'm still employed. It says it on when I log in the website, when I look into my thing, it even says a schedule for me. So how come you get... It's crazy.
Were you scheduled to work there right now?
I've been scheduled for the past 2 weeks.
Were you scheduled to
Yes,
work there today?
I was scheduled to work there today.
Okay. So did you call them and tell them you weren't showing up to work?
No, I haven't been there in a few days because I crashed my motorcycle. I've been just getting off of my injury, and today I was supposed to come back in. And I used to work there.
And did you come back into work?
I came back in to let her know about that. I didn't get a chance to make it.
Did you come back into work though?
I worked at 3 o'clock. The
Did you come back into
before
work?
3 o'clock, sir. So I was coming into work. I was in uniform.
Back into work?
Yes. I came back here to talk to her. She said, you can't be here. You can't talk here.
Did you come back here for the purpose of going to work?
Yes. I physically did. I literally came, my work stuff, the shoes, everything was in the Honda.
Were you wearing it? Were you going,
when I came back the second time, yes, after I told her the baby was fine, I had my work uniform on. I did. I had my black jacket with the black t-shirt under, and I had the proper shoes and pants to work. My work attire. I physically came back for work my second time, and to let her know the baby was okay, don't stress out.
The second time?
Yes, the first time I came here is when I told her that I got into the car accident. I came back here to let her know the baby was fine and to clock into work.
And this is just a bump in the road.
My issue is I just need to make a phone call to make sure my daughter gets
When you
picked
get to
up.
the jail, they typically just give you your phone.
Yeah, I know, but I need the numbers off my phone. And I need to...
What did I just say? When you get to the jail, they typically just hand you your phone. You can get your numbers off. And you just hang on to your phone.
Yeah, but I know I actually need the physical phone to call my grandma. She don't pick up random numbers.
Sir, I don't know how to break it down any simpler. They hand you your phone.
Physically,
and then you take one of your paws, you take possession
I don't
of
think
it.
they let you call that.
Yes, they do.
Okay, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
I don't know how else. I don't know how else to explain.
I don't get arrested, so I don't know about that.
They hand you your phone.
The man was charged with kidnapping and false imprisonment. Officers needed an eye in the sky to track down our next kidnapping suspect. Led authorities on dangerous chase. In Orange County, Los Angeles, police officers were on the hunt for men that allegedly kidnapped a woman and was trying to flee in his vehicle. A police helicopter was used to track the car, and it was later reported that the victim was a handicapped female who was sitting in the back seat. Before long, the vehicle appeared to have mechanical issues and the SUV became immobilized. But would the suspects simply surrender, or would law enforcement have a fight on their hands?
A standoff
Looks like he's
occurs.
slowing down here, maybe running out of gas here, Mark, and you're right about that. Orange County has a frequency that, a mutual aid frequency that all of the local jurisdictions are monitoring as we continue to make our way southbound here, but it looks like this may be coming to a slow end here as he really starts to back off the gas pedal here, swerving a little bit, now over to the right, now over the left, and you can see something has happened inside. Whether there's a struggle for the wheel there or something else is happening in the driver's seat, this car is now driving erratically on the freeway, switching lanes back and forth, left to right here through this construction zone at a very slow pace here. The speeds have dropped off dramatically down to under 20 miles per hour, doing S-turns as he continues southbound. It certainly appeared for a minute that the fuel situation was becoming an issue, but there may be something else happening inside that vehicle because obviously, as you could tell, somebody is either swerving or fighting for the wheel there, and it looks like we have some more hand gestures coming out of the driver's side. I can tell you they are now working under the information that they believe this person is heavily armed and dangerous with multiple firearms inside the vehicle.
Well, it's come to a stop.
That is the information. It's now come to a complete stop, presumably out of gas, and this is how it looks like this pursuit.
You know, and then you see on the passenger side somebody was sticking their hand out the window. Now you see a lot of CHP officers there directly, you know, some distance behind now. Is he opening the door? They like to have you open the door from the outside so they can see at least one hand.
Yep.
Oh. Yep, there he goes.
So it looks like he may be complying here. CHP has been very, very ready for this moment, right?
Officers in more than a dozen vehicles were ready and waiting for the moment the vehicle came to a stop. They didn't have to wait long.
Behind him now, patrolmen with their guns drawn, and that helicopter circling overhead here, as it looks like, it appears that the driver is complying with their commands. It looks like he is now out of the vehicle, and he has his hands in the air, and hopefully that continues to be the case here. As long as he complies with officers' commands here, hopefully, if he does that, nobody will get hurt. But we do have still a suspect in the front passenger seat, and a victim in the back seat, and I can see both of their hands and arms out of the passenger side of the vehicle here. So you can see it looks like everybody is cooperating here, and the driver now lifting up his shirt to show that he doesn't have anything on him. But the best information that the CHP has is that he was armed, that these suspects were armed, and that there are firearms in the vehicle. That's what they were told, and that's the condition that they're operating under. But as long as he cooperates and continues to comply with their commands here, then nobody will get hurt. And you can see he is now slowly making his way, walking backwards in the direction of CHP with his hands on his head in the middle of the freeway. A complete traffic break, nobody getting by here, and we'll see how he continues to move back in their direction.
The gas was all used up. He is still backing toward the police. He's complying at this point, down on his knees the way he's supposed to be, hands clasped behind his head. They're going to move in and take him into custody. He is complying to a T with what they're asking him to do. Excuse me.
The big question is why? Why put all of these lives in danger? Why would somebody do this, you know? It's just a question that we ask ourselves during every pursuit, and even after the pursuit, and of course they all have their own reasons, but just seems like it just seems so senseless to take law enforcement on a ride like this. You know you have limited fuel, you know, with no clear indication of where you're going. You know, some folks do, and this one certainly doesn't appear that he did. I mean, considering where we started and where we ended up, it was really only a matter of time.
After the driver peacefully surrendered and was taken into custody, the driver's door opened. Would he peacefully surrender as well?
This is very helpful that he's complying. The driver certainly did. The passenger, it appears, is complying, although he just closed the door again.
Maybe he's, who knows, making sure he doesn't have any guns on him before he gets out. It's unclear. You know, Chris, you were saying there were reports they were heavily armed, so that's entirely possible.
Yeah, and you wonder where that information came from, but they seem pretty confident about it, so I would imagine maybe it came from one of the victims or one of the victims' friends, perhaps. If this is if these suspects are known to the victims, that certainly seems to stand to reason. How they have so much information about these suspects. Apparently, these are known gang members, according to CHP. And again, these are not strangers. These all apparently are, at the very least, acquaintances between the suspects and the potential victim in this case.
Right, and it does raise questions about how this all happened, what the motive was, what was going on here. One hand.
It's really odd that this is taking so long for him to get out of the car.
Maybe there's a conversation happening.
Yeah.
It is odd, and I would imagine, I would imagine that there is a conversation happening. It may be a little bit difficult for him to hear those commands, especially with all of the helicopters overhead. That may be a part of the problem here. In fact, you can see them starting.
As a team of officers approached, a rear door opened, and a female put her hands in the air to surrender. No one was sure if she was a victim or yet another suspect.
No reason for him not to just step out at this point. I mean, the driver is out. The driver is now in custody. The pursuit is over. There's no more gas in the tank. It's just a matter of communicating. And sometimes, you know, there could be other reasons, maybe a language barrier. We don't know. But it certainly seems like he's taking his sweet time for sure.
Yeah, maybe enjoying his last moments of freedom. Now we're seeing the woman's door open. The rear door is open now.
You have to wonder, with all of the bottles that were being thrown out, whether those may have had maybe more than water inside those bottles, and whether anybody here is under the influence. Now that female victim now stepping out of the vehicle on her own accord, which is encouraging. She is now also complying with officers, and that suspect now pulling that door back in. So clearly,
he's lighting up
having
a cigarette.
He's lighting up now. So
something.
clearly, it seems like he may be under the influence. I was just about to make the point that we don't know what those liquids were that were being thrown out of the car. But they very well may have been alcohol involved here, and it does appear that that person may be under the influence. You can see him lighting something up, and now the victim, the suspected victim, walking backwards on her own accord. Now, we had heard that she may have been paralyzed. It certainly doesn't appear to be the case as she continues to step backwards in the direction of CHP. She will be out of harm's way here in just a second, but I have a feeling extricating that passenger out of the car may get interesting here in the next couple of minutes.
With the female passenger safely in custody, officers continue to approach the vehicle. The suspect in the front passenger seat didn't appear to be in a big hurry to surrender, so they were going to help him out.
Really concerning, and you can see them now moving closer and closer. They may be in a position here where they have to extricate him some other way, but he's really got to close that. He's really got to open that door. Here comes an arrest team. They have got a shield. An arrest team of 3 CHP officers now approaching the vehicle. Again, he has that door closed. They really want to open that door, whether they open it or he opens it. They are now clearly giving him instructions, and he better start complying. You can see, fortunately, we still have full visibility of his hands. Now the officer opening the door, and they're going to pull him out here, presumably any second now.
Right, and if he is in fact the one who's disabled, that would explain why he hasn't gotten out. And so the tricky part here is they've got to pull him out if he is in fact disabled or paralyzed. And part of the consideration is whether there are any weapons in the vehicle. Yeah,
there he is, suspect being dragged out.
The officers realized he was paralyzed, and that's why he remained in the vehicle. The charges against the suspects are unknown, but the suspect in our next case took officers on a high-speed chase through 3 counties. 3 counties in high-speed pursuit. In Troup County, Georgia, officers pursued a suspect vehicle after a patrol officer saw a woman jump out of his car on I-85. She told the officer that the man attempted to kidnap her, and what followed was a high-speed chase through 3 counties that only ended when the suspect couldn't keep his car on the road. Buckle up for this one.
Passing Harmon at 2247.
Alright, we are passing Rough Edge Road.
Rough Edge Road?
Rough Edge Road.
Yes, they talking to you?
Yeah, he's in front of me now. He's lead.
The suspect soon realized he couldn't shake the officers on a straight line, so he changed his plan. And that was his downfall. He was later identified as Reuben Mack.
Who was it?
Town Hall Police Department.
Yes.
Oof. Heavy brake.
Hey.
Coming up, taking a left onto Pine Street.
Left on Pine Street. Left on Pine Street.
CLE 8969. CLE 8969.
CLE 8969. CLE 8969.
Taking a left on the Mount Airy. 1050, 1050.
Hands now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! I don't care about it. Get on the ground. Face away from me.
Watch him. I'm gonna clear the car. All right. Better not move.
Get you. I'm not gonna resist. The hell you say?
That's yours. That ain't mine.
That's me.
No. Manchester, we're 10-4, 1095. Don't even roll over. We're gonna pat you down. Stay right there. You got anything on you? You got no weapons.
No weapons.
Okay.
Ruben was charged with felony counts of attempting to flee from the police and eluding, as well as multiple misdemeanor charges stemming from the traffic citations. Our next case takes us to New Mexico, where officers showed off their tracking abilities to stop a suspect in their tracks. Nathaniel Bueno Diaz. On March 21st, 2022, law enforcement officers in Santa Fe, New Mexico received a harrowing 911 call claiming that a man assaulted a woman and forced her into his vehicle. Patrol officers were soon on the trail of the man's blue Nissan Altima, but he had no interest in giving himself up. The officers would have to force his hand. Local and state officials joined the pursuit, and their first 3 attempts to end the chase were unsuccessful. The suspect managed to avoid 3 spike belts.
Police in front of you, 90 miles.
Actually, south of 248 now.
This is the 240. Yes, so starting to block the roads. We're trying to get them to set up spikes.
268, let's get up to the 252. We'll hold traffic there.
Thank you.
The officers were waiting for their next opportunity to end the chase, and when one officer saw a gap in the traffic flow, he attempted a dangerous pit maneuver.
6-9, past that 246, southbound.
The 246 track.
State police just pitted him. He hit the median.
Police pitted and vehicle hit the median direct.
Every officer at the scene closed in on the suspect, and they weren't messing around. If he wanted to survive, he'd have to obey their commands.
Put your hands up!
Open your door!
Drivers! Open that door!
Any available units,
Nope.
any available units.
Drivers!
242, correction, 246, 246, wrong-way driver, 1045, felony stop.
Driver!
3 and
Open the door!
45, all units available.
Gotcha.
Driver!
Open your driver's side door!
And for copy.
Back up! Hey, Sarge!
10 for the vehicles in 45.
Open your door now! Passenger side!
Put your hands up!
The suspect was identified as Nathaniel Bueno Diaz, though his kidnapped victims were still unidentified.
What's your name? I don't have a cage still. Oh, this one? Okay. Yeah, put him in this one there. Alright, have a seat, watch your head. Hey, can you ask for start a med for me?
Can y'all reach let them know we have in custody?
Yeah, we let them know already.
He was charged with battery on a household member, assault on a peace officer, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and resisting. Next, we go to Tennessee and see what happens when a suspect leads officers on a deadly nighttime chase. Suspect from Tennessee. On January 9, 2021, a police dispatcher in Franklin, Tennessee alerted a trooper to a reported kidnapping, and before long the officer located the vehicle on Interstate 40 nearing the Crawford County line. After an adrenaline-pumping chase, the officers found their opportunity to end it. But did it go as planned? Let's find out.
Slow down, come back in front of Horseman, she just ran me.
Another officer joined the pursuit, and before long, an opportunity presented itself to force the suspect to the shoulder, box them in, and end the chase once and for all.
Slow down. Slow down. I'm on any shade line. Enforcement, she's not trying to take off. 1037. Copy 1037. Enforcement, she just ran me.
Last overpass. Ready with spikes.
Boxer.
Hands down! Show me your fucking hands! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Show your hands! Why the hell did you hit us? Yeah, you did. You ran me.
The suspect was taken into custody. The victim was placed in the custody of his grandparents. The suspect claimed there was no kidnapping because the victim was their supposed son. She demanded that the officers let her make a phone call.
I'll be 1019 to their location. 10-4. What mile marker y'all at?
Lean back, I'm gonna buckle you in, okay?
My child.
Lean back, please.
What's going on with my child?
Virginia wants him.
Virginia?
Yeah, where are you from?
I have family at home.
Where are you from?
I have family in Dyersburg.
Where's that?
Dyersburg, Tennessee. They can get them.
That might be where they want you.
My aunt.
She was charged with aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, felony endangering a minor, felony fleeing, and various traffic-related offenses. Our final case takes us to Nevada, and the ending is unexpected. You don't want to miss this one. Anthony Wade. On March 29, 2024, in Sparks, Nevada, an officer attempted to conduct a routine traffic stop on a vehicle, a Ford Expedition, that was traveling with no plates. As the officer approached the driver's side window, the driver pulled out a handgun, fired, and hit the officer in the shoulder. The shooter fled in the vehicle, but it wasn't long before he crashed and had to make his escape attempt on foot. Amidst the chaos, dispatch receives a 911 call claiming there was an armed man in his house. It was the suspect, Anthony Wade. He fled the house and looked to set up somewhere else, and he did.
Shots fired! Shots fired! It's going westbound, eastbound! I'm shot. It's just 1050. Where'd he go? This way, turn around. Behind you. Where'd he go? Looks like he jumped the fence at BMA, jean jacket. I think I need medics for my personnel.
They found the house he was hiding in, and after he fired at the officers, they entered and ended the pursuit, saving a victim's life in the process.
Get her out! Get her out! Get her out! Are you hurt? Where is he? Get her out! I don't know. He's in back away. He's shooting deep. He's shooting at us deep.
Later, drone footage was released, and it displayed the final moments and the end of this suspect's life. Steals vehicle with woman inside. On January 14, 2023, in Decorah, Wisconsin, a chilling scenario unfolded. 51-year-old Kyle Wagner from New York hijacked a vehicle with a 54-year-old woman sleeping in the back seat. The woman, realizing her predicament as her family was inside a gas station, found herself in the hands of a kidnapper, speeding away to an unknown destination. The Columbia County Dispatch Center, maintaining contact with the victim, initiated a pursuit. Wagner, driving erratically at speeds over 100 miles per hour, seemed oblivious to the danger he was creating.
33, just past the SUV at 188 County Road J. Attempting to stop the vehicle. 33, I'm behind the vehicle. It's taking off. 1080.
10-4, 33.
The chase intensified. with Wagner taking dangerous curves at a high rate of speed, putting both his captive and pursuing officers at risk.
188, 60, approximately 90 miles an hour. Still not catching the vehicle. No traffic. Roads are clear. 188, price drive, still attempting to catch. 85 miles an hour. Vehicle is still heading 188 west.
Despite losing a tire to police spikes, Wagner pushed the vehicle mercilessly, now running on rims, yet refusing to stop.
Pulvermacher, Highway 60, no traffic, roads are clear. We're 100 miles an hour. 33, just lost the tire. Vehicle appears to be spiked, still going on the rims. Looks like we're going to be coming to a stop.
The pursuit continued with the vehicle heavily smoking and Wagner losing more tires. But still, he persisted, evading law enforcement with a recklessness that bordered on the suicidal.
Back in the eastbound proper lane of traffic, Gastro in 60, no additional traffic. 33, suspect vehicle just lost a third tire. We're 60 in Gannon Road, 70 miles an hour, no oncoming traffic. Vehicle is in the eastbound lane of traffic. The only tire that should be intact is the rear passenger side wheel, rear passenger side. Currently approaching units now.
Wagner's desperate attempt to escape saw him swerving into oncoming lanes, a maneuver that further endangered lives.
Suspect vehicle just crossed over into the oncoming lane of traffic.
4718 Spike set.
The situation escalated as the vehicle struck a bridge and went off-road, but Wagner, determined, regained control and continued fleeing.
Suspect is in the oncoming lane of traffic, 45 miles an hour in Lodi, approaching Mill Street.
A Wisconsin state trooper, authorized to perform a pit maneuver, eventually brought the high-speed chase to a halt and a dramatic parking lot standoff. With Wagner cornered, officers swiftly moved in. The female victim was safely extracted, visibly shaken but unharmed.
Where's the female at?
Hands are up. Passenger door.
Ma'am, come on out. Ma'am, come out. Ma'am, come out with your hands up. Show me your hands, ma'am. Come out. Come out slowly. Ma'am, come back. Ma'am, show me your hands. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Oh my God.
Okay. Where's she at?
Wagner, now in custody, was found to be under the influence of methamphetamine. Subsequent investigation revealed meth and drug paraphernalia in a vehicle associated with him at the initial gas station.
Keep your hands up! Don't you dare move up! Shut up!
I'll give you my hand.
Move! I swear to God, do not move!
I'm not moving, sir.
I will break this glass and let the dog bite you if you do.
Clear.
Okay.
Keep your hands up! Ma'am, until we have this guy in handcuffs, I gotta help them, okay? I'll get you water as soon as I can, I promise. Thank you. Just relax.
If you move again, I'll let the dog bite you. Do you understand? Cut this. Oh boy, you talk to
Keep those hands up! My hands are up! Is there anybody on the backside of this vehicle, trooper? No. Behind us. Do we have any friendlies back here? Okay.
Help me!
Stop talking.
Kyle Wagner faced multiple felony charges, including operating a vehicle without consent, false imprisonment, vehicle fleeing, eluding an officer, and possession of methamphetamine. His bond was set at a staggering $40,000, a testament to the severity of his crimes. From a dramatic Wisconsin chase, we shift to Tennessee for another intense pursuit involving a kidnapping suspect.